morning, guys. Christian Styles back for another video. This one is gonna actually be a pretty funny one. So I can't even get my words out. I have been laughing for the past couple of minutes. Okay, so this morning I got a notification on my phone from the court. And I said, oh, somebody filed a document. I said, oh, I know it can't be Akaya because she doesn't know how to file on her own or do anything on her own other than make a phone call and, get somebody to do her bidding for her. You with someone else's money, but that's neither here nor there. So I said, I wonder what it could be. So I was waiting on her to get a new attorney. I've been waiting for quite some time. And so when I looked at it, it says notice of appearance. I said, oh, okay, so she got a new lawyer. Let me see who she got. I went in there. I went in there and I looked. And I saw the name and everything, so I copied and I pasted the name into the Google, and I looked it up, obviously, the firm, and who this woman was, and, read all through her Google reviews, doing the things that I normally do, and she picks another attorney. This is her third attorney, by the way. Let me just make that explicitly clear. This is her third attorney. Both of the other two left because they couldn't, number one, they couldn't handle the heat. Number two, she lied to them and told them things that weren't true, which damaged their professional reputation, as well as were basically causing them to totally and utterly wreck their credibility in the court, and that's not okay. So they both bowed out gracefully for the exact same reason, because they couldn't handle the severity of this situation, and not only that, but just the overall dysfunction, negativity. There's such a black cloud associated with this case. So both of those attorneys couldn't hang. Deborah first, and then Serena. Now, I've never mentioned Deborah on the channel, but I guess now I have no choice because we're up to number 3. But Deborah was the lawyer that she hired for the temporary restraining order. The TRO is what that's called in legal terms. And, she lied about that. And then we went to the West Palm Beach, court hearing, and the judge said, you're not getting it because you're an active participant. And I can see that you kind of brought this on yourself. And now you're trying to paint him to be this terrible person. And he's clearly not. So I'm going to dismiss this with prejudice. And we just moved on from there. So she kept attempting. I remember Deborah came to me during that hearing, and because I've been the lawyer on this case pertaining to my wife this entire time. So I remember she had come to me and she had said, well, if you just agree to a 6-month injunction or whatever, then we'll have a deal. I don't know where she finds these nutcases, but in any case, here's another one. Her name is Pamela, and as you can see, her company's there, her picture is on the thumbnail. So basically, I went to her website, and she specializes in real estate. Let that sink in. Not family law, not divorce, not anything like that, not child custody, no history of doing those kind of cases at all. Divorce is not one of her specialties, but yet to represent you in such a contentious matter, you picked a real estate agent, a real estate lawyer, really, someone who deals with wills and death and all those kinds of things. Couldn't have been a stupider choice. Now, I'd expect nothing less from Akaya, because stupid is as stupid does, and I've been saying that, and I'll continue to say that, because it just makes no sense at all. And it must really grind her gears that she's spending $6,000 here, $6,000 there, or maybe not. Maybe these people are doing it pro bono because they feel sorry for her. And I haven't spent not one red cent because it costs zero to tell the truth. It costs a whole lot of money to lie and deceive. Okay? And she knows, she's very smart. She knows that she can't beat me on her own. She's smart enough to know that. So if she's doing the talking, she's gonna tank her own case, as she's been doing. Every time she opens up her mouth to respond to me, to say anything, she tanks her own case. So last night when I sent her the impasse paperwork for her to sign, she purposely didn't respond, and she didn't sign it either because I guess she knew today she was going to have the attorney sign on to the case and do the notice of appearance and blah, blah, blah. Let herself be known or whatever. Now, since Serena left, it was February 13th when Serena left. Now, I don't know what attorney would take a look at the case, okay, see what was going on in the case, and then decide to take the case, other than a nut job. If you can see that there's no way possible to restore her credibility, because there isn't at this point. She has lied for so long that there just is no way possible to restore her credibility. Why would any sane person, which, as you can see the picture, she don't look too sane, think that you're going to be able to help this young woman continue to deceive the court after alienating a child for more than 730 days from the rightful husband and father, as we are still legally married, think that you can outdo the system in some way or outdo the judge in some way that perhaps wasn't seen or heard, or, you know, like, you can't come up with any creative way to dig her out of the hole she put herself in. And that's what this attorney would physically have to do. She would have to get her shovel and dig her out of the hole that she created for herself. I just don't think it's possible. And I have good reason to think that it's not possible at this point. If you have a history of lying to Deborah through the whole TRO and the whole West Palm Beach case, and you have a judge that literally dismissed it with prejudice because she knew that you were full of shit. You have 3 judges that we've gone through in family court, and all of them saw that you were full of shit. Now we have a new judge, okay? So we had Maria Weeks, and then we had the 2 senior judges, and now we have Mr. Wiglin. If you can see a pattern here with justices not, I don't want to say not taking you seriously, because I think that would be an understatement. But if you can see a pattern with them not believing the things you say because your actions don't match the words that are coming out of your mouth, what makes you think that having a mouthpiece, I mean, everybody has the right to hire an attorney and do what they think is best, but it really is just throwing it away because A, you don't need one, B, you could just end this now without the continued stress and dragging this all out, which she's going to try and do. She's going to try and stall. She thinks having another mouthpiece to speak for her is going to help her in this particular situation and buy herself some more time. It's not going to work. As soon as the judge saw that she didn't have counsel or representation to then to then, what's the word, speak for her or stall for her, then everything I was putting in, you know, he just went through and started granting all of these motions and creating all these orders, because even they are done. The judicial assistant, the judge himself, even they are tired of this, and they don't want this to continue any further. So wow, you know, it's almost like the court system is like, let's kick her while she's down, because she will rise again, because she doesn't learn her lesson. She never learns her lesson with me. Stupid is as stupid does. I cannot stress that enough. So she's lost, I don't even know how many times to me. In every single area of her life, she has been a loser. She's been on the losing end of every battle she's tried to fight. And it's because, you know, I don't want to make this like a religious thing, but God is on my side. The truth is on my side. Like I said, it costs nothing just to tell the truth. And the fact that she's incapable of doing so is only going to, A, prolong my victory, which I pretty much have already gotten or seen at this point, and just spending and wasting unnecessary money. The money that she says that she needs so desperately to take care of my child and to get him what he needs and to fill the void or the gap in which I am not helping, you know, because she keeps claiming that I'm doing nothing for my child, when obviously there's a court order in place and you guys see that I'm with him all the time. That clearly isn't true. So any doofus that can take me on or die trying, I applaud them. I salute her for being bold enough to try. So, and that's where I say it must really grind her gears that this isn't going the way she would hope it would go. And I know it's not. And I know she's upset about that fact. Like, damn, is he really that good, or am I just really that stupid? You're just really that stupid. And it's a shame. Like, see, when a cancer gets to this point where we're just done, we just don't care anymore. All bets are off. All gloves are off. We don't care anymore. I'm to the point where I don't give a fuck anymore. The hope of us fixing it, the hope of reconciliation, that's gone out the window. And it didn't just go out the window, you know, a long time ago. It went out the window just recently. Like, in the last week or so, I have just totally given up, okay? Because I am tired of this. And so there's no telling what new arguments she's going to be making. And that's the sad thing about it, because those new arguments that she inevitably will be bringing to the forefront are going to be the same old arguments she's already made, typed by a different person. And then it's going to be things that I have already debunked, so I'm not going to debunk them further. In fact, I'm not even going to respond to them, because it'll be the same old argument, okay, that Serena was making. And it'll be me debunking the same old bullshit again. Let's go. So I don't have any patience left for me to go through all that again. There's just no reason for it, and I'm just not going to do it. So my thing is, If she would spend less money and less time allowing people to speak for her, which ultimately just make her look like an idiot. She makes terrible choices, and this is proof of that. Now, kudos to the lawyer for just taking the case because, hey, look, she got retainer money. She sees a girl that's absolutely desperate. She sees somebody that knows that she's not going to win and saw, let me just make some quick money off of this because there's no way possible I can dig her out from the mud. There's no way possible that I can fix this problem. And so kudos to her for kind of using her head on this matter. I actually am starting out to have more respect for this new lady, and I haven't even met her yet. I haven't even sent my first email. I haven't introduced myself in any way because I feel like I don't have to. Because I think she already knows what the deal is. And she's, what's the word? She's so, or Kaya rather, is so blinded. She's so blinded because she doesn't see that every single person that she's going to hire after Serena at this point is only going to take advantage of you. You're not going to get better crafted documents. You're not going to get your point across better. You're not going to get your credibility back because all people see is people that are working with you, and then they decide to quit. They decide to quit, and then she blames me for them quitting. Well, if you say things that are untrue, if you back up the lie, whether it's verified by her signature or not, once these things have already been discussed and debunked and spoken about, like, you would know exactly what not to say at this point. And so it doesn't make a difference to me what she does at this point, because you only make your case weaker. All she's doing is prolonging my victory. You're making your case so convoluted and confusing to the point where, is she going to stick to her same old, or is she going to redo her strategy and come back with a fresh set of ideas? Is she going to try telling the truth for once? Is any of that going to be the case? Or is it going to be the same old? If it's the same old, I think it's safe to say that the court is just done listening. The judge doesn't give a shit about the stuff that she wants him to pay attention to. And even my responses, none of that matters legally. None of it. So that should be this lady's focus, for sure. Stick to what you can prove. Stick to what is factual. Stick to what you know. Because if not, we're right back in the same tilt-a-whirl that we were in before. And then she proves not to be, a carbon copy of Serena and Deborah, who didn't use any thought or common sense in the matter. They were just trying to make a quick buck. And I'm putting this lady right in that category. Pamela, I'm putting her in that category. Because anybody who would look at this case with a 10-foot pole would realize all the information she's going to present to you is years old at this point, with no contact between my wife and I for several years at this point. The only contact we have is at pickup and drop off, and I don't even look at her because she's not worth my time. I stopped even looking at her. I take my child and I turn my back. I always have, and I will continue to. because she's not worth my breath at this point. Someone who lies blatantly is not worth my time and energy. She has proven that she'll do any and everything to defraud, manipulate, and exhaust the court. Okay. Now, this woman here can do her best, and it wouldn't matter. Because the facts of the case are still the facts of the case. The facts that Akaya has overtly dismissed and decided weren't important enough to mention. So the facts are still the facts. Okay. If she were to stick to the facts, we would have been done with this by now. So what I'm expecting at this point is for her to file an objection to the general magistrate, and then I'll have to file something again as a response to that. Because once again, it's her trying to stall the process out. And I think the court is done with that. So if I were to do an objection to her objection, I think mine would be granted immediately, because I think the court is just done. We're moving forward, regardless of what you want. And my objection is very simple, and it could be 4 or 5 sentences. It doesn't even have to be a whole page. We were here, once again, might I remind you, beforehand. And we got to this point in the point of objection, and the case went on for a couple more years. We're not doing that, okay? And any attorney that helps her with that goal to stall is interfering with the judicial justice, okay? And it just won't be tolerated, okay? It just won't be. And I hope this woman sees that we're talking about a woman that can't do anything on her own. She can't cook by herself without somebody cooking for her. She can't drive on her own without somebody doing the driving for her, because she doesn't have a driver's license. Her whole life is chaos. Okay, there's nothing stable about any part of her life. She doesn't live on her own. She lives with her mother. These are signs of mental instability and a whole lot of uncertainty. And now I know that she has mental health challenges. I know that. I was her husband, for fuck's sake. I know that she's not right in the head. I'm fully aware of that. So I remember when she sat me down to tell me that. And then I was like, I wonder what exactly that means. But now I'm seeing what she meant when she told me what she told me. But I never bring it up. I never put it in the court documents, because it's so obvious that it doesn't have to be spoken about. Any idiot can see what's going on here without me having to say anything. So I wish this attorney good luck. I wish her good luck. Because class is in session and Professor Stiles is speaking. I'm speaking. If you guys cannot wait to see more, hit the like button. Comment down below what you think of this situation. and any other comments or concerns or whatever that you may have. I love to hear from all of you. Hit the share button, share on social media, share with your friends, you know, whatever. Because this case is so unbelievable. And shit's really about to get real. And lastly, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. Hit all. So you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. And as I always say, guys, stay perfectly imperfect. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.